students. So today we are going to find an expression for available energy of a closed system. Available energy is maximum work, the theoretical maximum work that can be obtained from a closed system which is not in equilibrium with the surrounding. You know that the work can be obtained if there is mechanical inequilibrium and thermal inequilibrium, either of this or both of this. Now let's consider a situation. Let's say that here is a closed system. Let's say this is a closed system. There is some fluid. Let's say there is some gas. This has pressure P, temperature T, and the surrounding has pressure P naught and temperature T naught. So P naught and T naught are dead state. Now this closed system has mechanical inequilibrium with the surrounding. Why? Because this pressure is different than this, and let's say that P is greater than P naught. Similarly, T is greater than T naught. P is greater than T naught, which means that this system, which I have said that it's a closed system. It's a closed system, not an isolated system, but a closed system. Now, it's possible to get work from this system because there exists pressure in equilibrium and temperature in equilibrium. Right? So, this gas can expand and you get work. At the same time, since this temperature is higher than T naught, heat will also can flow out. This heat can be converted into work and you can get that work. So if you add these two works, one because of expansion and another because of running a Carnot engine, if you add these two works, then that will be the available energy of the closed system. Now let's derive the expression for that. I'm going to put this system in this gaseous system in a piston cylinder arrangement. So this is P, this is your cylinder, piston cylinder arrangement. This is P naught, this is T naught, P naught, T naught, and T. Okay. Now let's say the gas would expand such that this pressure in the cylinder will reduce to P naught. So that means this gas will reach the dead state, and then you will get some work. So this is but here we would also consider that because this temperature is greater than T naught, heat is also flowing out. We'll consider that. So heat is going to flow out, and the gas is going to expand. First, we will consider the work because of expansion. That means because of mechanical inequilibrium, means pressure difference. So you can say that it's a process would occur, and let's say that dQ is, so we'll apply the first law of thermodynamics to the process, which is dQ is equal to, for a small heat transfer, dQ, the change in internal energy in the differential form I am writing. So this is dW, and I'll say dWe is signifying that dWe is because of expansion. So I'll say dWe is equal to dQ minus dU, right? It is dQ minus dU. We'll make small change here because here we are considering this temperature to be higher. So heat is not flowing into the system, but it is flowing out away from the system. So this will be with negative sign. So this is negative sign. Okay. So this is your expansion work. We'll do the integration later. Now let's consider that this is dQ amount of heat that is flowing out. We will run a Carnot engine. Okay. So let me run a Carnot engine. So this is dQ, and this is your engine. You get dWe from the, here we have used E, so let's say it is C for Carnot engine. Okay, and this is Q naught. Let's say Q naught is heat rejected, dQ naught. I'll make it dQ naught in differential form. and this is T naught. This is T naught, right? So dWc, that is the work obtained from the Carnot engine. Let's say this is 1, and I am now going to say that dWc will be dq minus dq naught. Okay, so this is dq minus dq naught. I hope this is clear. dWc is dq, heat supplied minus heat rejected, that is dq naught. Okay, now see, this is a Carnot engine. Okay, this is a Carnot engine, and here also I will say this is heat rejected, so I am going to, it is minus dq. Okay, this is minus dq because heat is rejected, so this is minus dq as we have considered here. Okay, so here this is Carnot engine, and if you, so Carnot engine is operating between T and T naught, and heat transfer is dq. That means when dq is rejected by the source, this source, the temperature is T. Okay, so of course then the temperature would drop, but for dq the temperature is T. Okay, so we can from the Carnot engine statement we can say that minus, this is dq and this is T, so minus dq by T is equal to dq naught by T naught. I hope this is clear, because this is Carnot engine. In Carnot engine, this relationship we have already proved. It's essentially, it's very simple. You can say efficiency of Carnot engine is Q1 minus Q2 by Q1. That's also equal to T1 minus T2 by T1, and from that you will get this relationship. Okay, fine. So this is your relationship. So now you see here, this is, here you have dq naught, and you can substitute dq naught as T naught into dq by T with minus sign. I'm taking, so here from here you get dq naught equal to this, let's say this is 2, and from here I can write dq naught is equal to minus T naught dq by T, right? Minus T naught dq by T. Just look at this. This is dq naught is equal to T naught I am taking here, and minus dq by T. So T naught minus sign here dq by T. So what we will do here is we will substitute this value of dq naught in equation 2, right? This value of dq naught. I am just removing this. So write the equation 2 again. So it is dWc is equal to dq minus, so dq naught I am going to write as minus T naught dq by T. Okay, minus T naught dq by T. And here, in fact, if you recollect that, this is dq, and this was your T, and this was WC, the dWc. Okay, so this dq by T, and this was your the piston cylinder arrangement, right? And this was T. So dq by T is ds. dq by T is ds, entropy change of the system during this small heat transfer dq, right? dq by T is ds. So I can write this as dq minus minus, I'll say plus, and this is ds. Okay, this is dq by T as ds. Please note dq by T as is ds. Fine. Now, once we have this, now let's say this is equation 3. So we have dWe, that is work obtained differential form, is during expansion is this, right? The Carnot work is dWc. This work is because of pressure difference. This work is because of temperature difference. So if you add these two works, right? If you add these two works, that will be your maximum work that can be obtained. So let me add 3 and 4. Adding 3 and 4, I'll write So when we add 3 and 4, it means dWe plus dWc which is minus dq minus du plus dq minus dq naught, right? And this I am going to write as dq minus du plus dq minus of, now see here, what we have just said is minus of T naught into dq by T, right? Minus T naught into dq by T. Now this will be cancelled. So this is minus du plus T naught into dq by T, which is ds. dq by T is ds, or I can write this as, so this is your dw max. This added, this is dw max. When you integrate it, it will be w max is equal to minus delta u. Du becomes delta u. This will be plus T naught into delta S, plus T naught into delta S. So this is your expression for maximum work. So let me expand this. W max is equal to, so it is, see, delta u is u2 minus u1. So minus delta u will be u1 minus u2. So this is u1 minus u2. This is T naught into delta S with plus sign. Okay. So delta S here is S2 minus S1, right? S2 minus S1. So I can write this as, I will put minus sign here, and I can write this as minus sign here, T naught into minus delta S. Okay. Delta S is S2 minus S1. So minus delta S will be S1 minus S1. So this is S1 minus S2. Now this is the maximum work when there is expansion, at the same time heat transfer, heat given to Carnot engine. Okay. Now expansion can go to the dead state. Dead state means the maximum, here is P, here is P naught. So the expansion can continue up to the lowest pressure, which is P naught. Okay. That means you are reaching the dead state. Similarly, this heat transfer is taking place between T and T naught, right? So ultimately, this temperature of this body, that is the fluid, can go down to T naught. That means it has also reached the dead state. There is no more heat transfer possible, right? So final state of this working substance is dead state. If final state is dead state, all that I can do is, instead of U2, I will write U naught. Instead of S2, I will write S naught. And let's say instead of U1, I'll make it U. Instead of S1, I'll make it S. So U is internal energy at the beginning. S is the entropy of the system at the beginning. When it is reaching the dead state, this entropy will be S naught. When it reaches the dead state, internal energy will be U naught. So this is your expression of maximum energy. Now there is a small difference. This is a maximum energy, maximum work, sorry, not energy, maximum work that can be obtained. But not all of this work will be useful work. Not all of this work will be useful work. What do you mean by that? See here, the surrounding pressure is P naught, right? So P naught is continuously acting against the piston. So when the expansion is taking place, some work which is obtained will be used to push this surrounding pressure. So that work will not be useful work. Okay, that work will not be useful work. Let me explain this with one example. Imagine that to this piston rod you have attached some cutting tool, and that cutting tool is cutting some metallic surface, let's say metal. Okay, so actual work is taking place there, and so whatever the resistance offered by the metallic piece, that is overcome, and you get the work output. Okay, but some work has to be expended or used to overcome the atmospheric pressure, and so that if you remove that work from this, then the remaining work is really useful work. Please understand, expansion is taking place, you can do some work, right? There is some, for example, metal which is being cut, that is offering resistance, so that cutting action can take place. But there is some work which has to be spent just to overcome the atmospheric pressure which is continuously acting against the piston. Okay, so that has to be reduced. So what we will do now, from this work, we'll say what is the maximum useful work. Maximum useful work. That will be equal to U minus U naught minus T naught S minus S naught. Okay, minus how much is the work that is utilized in overcoming the pressure, and that will be, you can imagine P is constant, P naught is constant, change in volume. So let's say when the system reaches the dead state, its volume becomes V naught. Right now let's say its volume is V. Okay, so its final volume minus initial volume. When the system reaches the dead state, that means when the pressure here becomes P naught, temperature becomes T naught, the volume then is V naught, initial volume is V, right? So minus, because we are reducing that work, P naught into final volume is V naught by V. Okay, V naught by V. Now this is your expression for maximum useful work of a closed system, or available energy of a closed system, or exergy of a closed system, or availability, which is loosely called availability of a closed system. So I can just rearrange, it's easy to remember. See here, U minus U naught, S minus S naught. Here also we will make it V minus V naught. If you want to do that, you have to change the sign. So I will write this as U minus U naught minus P naught S minus S naught plus P naught V minus V naught. So it's easy to remember. So now things are very simple. If you understand, there is great fun here. It's all theoretical. We imagine a Carnot engine, we imagine work, expansion work, add them and you get this expression. You deduct this work, it becomes maximum useful work. Now just see what in a numerical, this is to be remembered by you. And what you have to find out is entropy change. So you have a closed system, say that you are given initial properties, at the end of expansion there are final properties. You use any particular equation to find out entropy change during a process. Find out this, that's it basically, right? So any numerical, it can be solved in 2 steps. So for a closed system, in fact entire chapter of available energy, all that you should know is how to find entropy change of a system during a process. If you can find out that, which is pretty easy, then which can certain 3-4 equations, if you remember them, you can quickly derive them. If you find out that, you can find out the maximum useful work. Thank you.